Welcome, everybody. We are live, and today we are going to do the DFS stuff on Underdog here. And we're going to start with this cash game king double up. We're going to do a couple of these, and then we're going to start doing wildcats and stuff. Um, Today, I'm not going to do any playoff best ball. I massively prefer the daily stuff to the playoff best ball. Oh, we got old Peter Overzet, the godfather of this tournament, at the 105. We have line of scrimmage Charlie here at the 101. I got the 103. I did two Wildcats this week. That's all I've done so far. I I definitely have been waiting for news. We've got some news, some stuff still a little uncertain. So very curious on what's going to happen. What's up, Jamie? How we doing? I so like Dak Prescott, they say he's definitely going to start the game, but they were also talking about Joe Milton, so maybe they end up playing him part of the game. I don't know. That feels weird. I think I'm going to take some Dak Prescott, but I'm definitely not going to have a bunch of him. I do think that it could be a really good Jackson Dart week. I know last week I was fully out because I assumed they wouldn't allow him to throw. They absolutely let him throw, and I see him doing it again. Uh, so yeah, we'll go ahead and take Jameer Gibbs. How we doing, Big Draft Energy? How we doing? So to me, I'm pretty much with the ADP right now. Bijan, Gibbs, Puka, Trey McBride, I think are the clear first four. Um, the Bills are in a pretty meaningless game. Like they could move up to the 6th seed, right, and not have to play the Patriots. I don't know if they really fear the Patriots. I would personally, if Milton Williams is going to be healthy for the playoffs, and I was the Bills, I wouldn't want to play him. I assume Big Draft Energy knows if he's going to be or not. I haven't heard one way or another. But the one thing we do know is that Jameer Gibbs and Dan Campbell are absolute. Like Dan Campbell is going to try to put a hurting on whoever's there, and prove that they could have been a playoff team and they could have done damage in the playoffs, right? So I am pretty in on that. Um, we're gonna go ahead. We got a very a one pick fall on Gibbs and a little bit of a fall here in ETN. So we'll just I want some ETN. I don't want a lot. The Jaguars have a very important game though. Um, and like all the AFC teams for the most part have an important game. The ones that don't are the Chargers. I mean, their game's kind of important, but they've already ruled Hampton out. They've already ruled Justin Herbert out. So they're not treating it like they're definitely in the playoffs, right? So they're not super worried about what's about winning that game. So the Bills could, and they play the Broncos, and the Broncos need to win. So I just other than that, like I could see the Bills not being super worried about it or resting and starting on the first half. The Jets are really bad, right? Money versus former team with the remember me narrative. Yeah, they could definitely do that as well. I mean, they played a lot since then, right? Um, it's not like that's a brand new thing that's going on there, but yeah, I do really really like Holston Loveland this week. Obviously Trey McBride is one. Uh, I may have Colston Loveland. I think I have Loveland 2 and then Juwan Johnson 3. Um, there's a lot of wide receiver or tight ends that you could take though. Dallas Goedert ruled out. Something that we don't have a ruled out on is Saquon Barkley, but they have came out and said that they plan to rest most starters. So even if I think that they could start him a drive or two and then go in, right? Uh and then and then bench him. So I think that he's a pretty not great pick for this. And I think that also makes where is he? The other running back for them. I think that makes him a much worse pick as well. So we just kind of need some guaranteed production, right? Like we could just take we'll just take JMO and we'll pull out some Jared Goff here. Get a little bit of a double stack, get all these Lions points, kind of have a game stack. And for those who don't know, we're not trying to get first overall in this. This is the double up. So getting in the top 2,000 of 4,500, you win double your money. Yeah, and that's another thing. The Rams historically rest their starters. I do think that it's worth it to try and play the 4 seed, right? But we won't really know that information until Saturday night, right? Like if Seattle wins the game, San Francisco, if the Rams win, then they're the 5 seed. If the Niners win, the Seahawks are locked into the 5 seed. And the Rams will be the 6 seed. And I don't think it really matters at that point, like if they're the 5 or the 6. So I think that if Seattle wins, they may rest some people. And if Seattle loses, if Seattle loses, they may rest some people. And if Seattle wins, they will try to get the seed. That's my take on that. So we got Jared Goff, Gibbs, JMO, Michael Wilson, Colson Loveland, and Travis Etienne there. That's a team I would like, not even in the double up. I would like this one in a regular battle royale. I like these picks quite a bit. But we're going to move on to doing some Wildcats. I'm going to join Wildcat in 10 seconds. We're going to do these a bunch today. I just now started, as you can see on the screen, doing them. I still plan on doing my normal volume, getting about 50 of them in, doing my the Engage 8 and all those other contests that I usually do as well. I'm just going to cut out the 12 mans that I was doing. What's up, Mike Rob? Hey, yeah, I've been trying. It'll be a lot harder starting next week whenever, like next week, all we'll have is playoff best ball for the most part. And maybe they do like Primetime Palooza style stuff for the wild card weekend. I assume that they'll have that. And I'll be drafting that more than the playoff best ball stuff. The week after that, like they'll be like the kind of the same thing. There'll be a lull here pretty soon of where I won't really know what to draft, what to stream. Might be not next week, but the week after, and we'll see what's going on. For anybody who just popped in, this is a Wildcat. If you would like to join, I'm assuming these don't fill super fast, but yeah, I'm going to not be overweight on Puka. I will probably have Trey McBride as my 3 and Puka as my 4 until after the game on Saturday night. And then depending on what happens on the game on Saturday night, tomorrow night, I will adjust Puka above or below Trey McBride at that point. Like I think that, yeah, obviously Puka is either the number 3 in my eyes, or he's like barely draftable. Depending on what happens. We got Aaron Sandy here at the 105. We got the 104. Good luck, sir. James Cook, such a good matchup, right? Like, that matchup is insane. I'm just curious. I'm very curious to see if the Bills actually play their starters the whole game. If they want to not play the Patriots or not. Because, like, to be honest, the Bills want to avoid playing the Texans. Like, if the Jaguars are winning, I think the Bills want to win, and I think that they wouldn't mind playing the Jags. If they're losing and the Texans are winning, and the Texans have a chance to get the division, I don't think the Bills want to play them at all. I think that, I mean, we've seen it the last 2 times that this Texas defense has played the Bills. Josh Allen has done basically nothing. And that defense will completely destroy him. So, like, I think that matchup and the fear of that matchup is why the Bills may not, like, I think they want to avoid that matchup. And I think they know they want to avoid that matchup. And as of right now, if they lose this game, which they're not going to lose to the like, it'd be really hard for them to lose to the Jets, even without their starters. But I think they would be more likely to rest the little bit hampered Josh Allen that way. But I think the Bills would also much rather play the I think they would rather play the Ravens than the in round 1 than the Texans. So we might get Texans, or I guess that won't happen. That would be, yeah, that wouldn't happen. Never mind. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take Nico here. The Texans definitely need to win as well. But yeah, I really like James Cook this week. And even if they do rest him in the second half, like, it would suck, but it's the Jets defense, and they are really, really bad against the run. Like, incredibly bad against the run. And they're like, if I knew for a fact who was, like, everybody was playing 100% of the snaps this week, I think James Cook would be my 103. I think I would have him ahead of, or no, he'd be my 104. I'd have him ahead of McBride. But I do worry slightly that he may not. But, like, if we're looking for Wildcat reasons, for trying to win a GPP style stuff, I think James Cook is a fantastic bet this week. So I'm definitely going to be, I'll probably be slightly overweight on James Cook. I'll probably not have very much Jamar Chase. Call me crazy. I mean, yeah, let's just take the falling Drake May. But Jamar Chase, the other time they played the Bills, it was a long time ago. And it was week 1, I believe. And I think, what did he have? He had 4.6 fantasy points against this defense. I know a lot of things have changed and all that, but it's the same defense. their defense has only gotten like they're not better against the run, but their rookie has done a little bit more, right? Did Diggs randomly go? We do want. We're gonna go ahead and take the Harvey pick here, and then we're gonna pick out Diggs, and we're gonna scroll at wide receiver, I think. So back to the Jamar Chase thing. Like this was with Joe Burrow, right? Joe Burrow was fully healthy. The Browns defense just absolutely murdered the offensive line of the Bengals. And the Bengals offensive line is playing better, but this is the Cleveland Browns defense. Myles Garrett chasing the sack record. I do think that they may absolutely sell out like the Steelers did to make sure that he doesn't get it. But that doesn't mean that they're going to be able to chase the ball like he needs to get it to pay off that ADP. Like I think Jamar Chase, like for me, I'm probably Bijan, Gibbs, McBride, James Cook, Puka for now. And if we find out that the Rams need to win to get the 5 seed, I have Puka at 3 above James Cook and McBride. So I'm going to have Puka at 5 for now. And then whenever we find out that information, I will slide him. And there's a chance that they go ahead and play him anyway. But I just don't see I don't see them playing him the entire game. Puka. And that's why this week is a little different. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who's going to rest. We don't know any of that information. So we are looking for tight end now. We're going to scroll for tight end. Kind of like Chiggy. Taysom Hill's day came and went. Dallas Goedert isn't there. I mean, we could just double stack. But I think I'm just going to scroll here and take Chig. So the team, we have Drake May to Steph Diggs. We have Jahmyr Gibbs, RJ Harvey, Nico, and Chig. Aaron Sandy has Trey McBride, CeeDee Lamb, Colston Loveland, JT, JMO, and Caleb Williams. I'm definitely going to build out several builds with Loveland, Caleb Williams, and JMO. I'm just not going to make it a Trey McBride build as well. I'm not into the double tight end stuff. It's worked a single week this entire year. I do think that those two do project pretty well. They are my 1 and 2 tight ends this week. I'm not into that. I've seen it work a single week this whole year, and I don't know. I think it worked a single week last year as well. But anyway, we are moving back, doing another Wildcat, and we're going to join in 10 seconds. Got to get a little go juice in between. Waiting on 5. And back to the money versus former, the remember narrative. It's what, like their 4th meeting? I think this is the 4th time that he's played the Bears. Right? It is at Chicago, so it's the 2nd time he's played at Chicago. Or how long has he been on the Lions? He's been there. This is actually his 3rd year, right? On the Lions. So yeah, so this would be his 6th time playing them. And the 3rd time playing them at Chicago. So like, I don't really think that narrative rides on forever. I don't play it that way. If you want to, I think with special people, like a TO will always like if it's somebody that has that kind of temperament. I think that that's fair, right? Or it's a situation where the team specifically did something or talked negatively about you or slighted them, and there was like really bad blood between them. But the David Montgomery Chicago splitting wasn't really. It was rookie contract went out. They didn't re-sign him, and he got a decent deal from another team. So I don't think there was like super bad blood there. At least I don't remember it. Maybe I'm misremembering. I know that Bestball on Call is from Detroit, or around Detroit, not necessarily from Detroit, and may know more about it than I do. We got Aaron Sandy at the 102. Choco Taco, if you're here and listening, thank you for listening. They got the 106, and I got the 105. And if you are listening, Choco, and you would like me to review your teams, give you insight or whatever, just say something in the chat. That's all it'll take. I'm not big time yet. When I'm big time, you might have to ask nicely. Oh, about was there bad blood with Dave? I don't remember any bad blood between David Montgomery and the Bears whenever he left, or whenever his rookie contract went up, and he got signed to the. Because I'm pretty sure that was just a rookie free agent deal that happened. So I don't think it was a trade or anything like that. So James Cook does go at the 103. So I'm going to get either McBride or Puka here. Yeah, that's so like, and this is his third year there. So like, I just think that Dan Campbell wants to run up a score one last time. Like I think that he wants to prove that they can beat a playoff team, and they can. And the Bears are the perfect kind of team to try to run up a score on because their secondary is really not great. And I kind of do like the matchup for JMO pretty equally with Amon-Ra. We're going to... I'll go ahead and take ETN here. Yeah, so like the JMO stuff though, like he's their deep threat. Like he's not. I think Christian Watson is like just a better version of what JMO does now. I think going into next year, if Christian Watson doesn't get drafted above Jameson Williams, I'm gonna have a lot of Christian Watson, and it's gonna suck because I don't like watching the Packers. But for best ball, like it doesn't matter because you're just going to get some big spike weeks, right? But I just think that watching them play throughout their careers, like JMO has looked super, super explosive in a better offense overall. Christian Watson has looked like a better player on an offense that's slightly worse, right? So I tend to like Christian Watson more. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take Chase Brown. I kind of couples with the Jamar Chase stuff, right? Like, if I'm not in on Jamar Chase, part of the reason why is because I think they're going to try to run the ball. Teams have been able to run the ball against the Browns recently better than they could pass the ball. And dump offs is a way that they're going to be able to help control the game and the line of scrimmage a little bit. So I'm kind of in on that. And we were just talking up JMO. So we're gonna take JMO here. But like that, like the reason I compared it to Christian Watson is because Christian Watson in both games against the Bears had really big games, right? Like it was like 49 yards and touchdown in the one, but then a big game in the second one. JMO is the same kind of player on an offense that has more weapons, right? So like, although I think Watson may be a slightly better player than JMO, Jameson Williams has to do less to get the big plays, right? Because that offense is just better in general. And they play the same style. So I really do like Jameson Williams versus the Bears secondary this week. Like, call me crazy, but I think that there's a very good chance that Jameson Williams scores a 40-yard touchdown this week. I'm probably, whenever I do my pick'ems, I'm probably going to scale Jameson Williams' longest reception up to like 39.5 on Underdog for a multiplier. We may do that at the end of this show if people want. We could go 0 for 3 like we did on the Monday night pick'em. We could go 0 for 3 again if you guys want. If you guys like 0 for 3 pick'ems, you're at the right place. You are absolutely at the right place. Yeah, we'll take Luther Burden here. And we're going to take Caleb Williams or Jared Goff with the last pick. So the team is Chase Brown, ETN, JMO, Luther Burden, Trey McBride, and it's going to be Caleb Williams. Chaco there has a quarterback already. So we'll just go ahead and hit the autopilot. We'll look at Aaron Sandy's team. Jahmyr Gibbs, Pickens, Drake May, Henry Diggs, the double stack. There are some running backs I really like that are down the board. Jaden Blue is not one of them. But congratulations to this guy. Tyrone Tracy. Was there just news on, like, let me go look at the news real quick and make sure nothing happened. Is Javonte out? Okay. He's out. Got it. I mean, I'm going to be taking Malik Davis then. That's actually a really good pick, is to get Malik Davis. And I don't see any news. So Malik Davis is also out. So yeah. I was just looking that up. Thank you, Manice and Blunt, for looking at that. I was just like, I'm going to look that up to make sure. So it is just Jaden Blue, and is Phil Moffa out? He's out as well. So Jaden Blue gets his chance, I guess. Yeah, maybe I'll probably have to mix him in, actually. I don't love it, but the Giants running backs are pretty bad. Or the Giants run defense is pretty bad, not running back. And Tracy is another one I like as a scroll guy. Aaron Sandy gets Travion with the last pick there. So some of the scrolls I like here, I love Breece Hall. I'm going to have a hard time getting to Pollard. I was sort of in on JCM, but Rodriguez is going. Woody Marks being all the way down here feels really weird to me against a team that they have to beat. I like the Woody Marks at this value for sure. Like Hampton is out, by the way. I don't know. Like, we'll find more news on Kamani. There's no reason to push him though. They already have Hampton out. and they already have Justin Herbert out. So like they're obviously not really carrying. Bestball on call. Nice and blunt. Definitely knows the rotation. So what's up, Bayou? How we doing? So Kyron Williams being probable is interesting. Questionable, should play. It's another one. Like I kind of want to know what happened Saturday night before I start taking much Kyron. I do think he's worth mixing in at the end. Swift being undrafted is a little different, but I really, really like Brees Hall versus Buffalo here. That's one of the scrolls I like quite a bit. And I think mixing in Jacory or Chris Rodriguez makes some sense. Apparently Jaden Blue makes sense. Yeah, okay, he's probably available. I haven't really looked through the stuff. I'm looking through. Are you doing the playoff Bestball? Because I'm Hunter Lupke. Yeah, we're doing a Wildcat, by the way, and we're gonna join in 10 seconds. Yeah, I am not a big fan of the playoff Bestball. I know everybody loves it. I prefer the drafter style playoff Bestball opposed to the Underdog and DraftKings. And the last couple days, I actually did the playoff Bestball on Underdog and DraftKings, and I had a good time with it because I was doing a limited amount. This week is a little crazy. I don't know how many Wildcats I'm going to get in, but like, yeah, Phil Moffitt could be, or Hunter Lupke, not Phil Moffitt, could be a fine pick as well. But I'm probably going to be pretty overweight on Brees Hall for sure, and Tyrone Tracy, and I will probably, and Dylan Sampson as well. Like Dylan Sampson versus Cincinnati is a very, very fun pick as well. But I definitely need to add Jaden Blue to the mix for sure. I'm curious that if they want to play Vidal in a game that they've like, I feel like they've already kind of waved the white flag for the game by saying Herbert sitting. I don't know how bad the Hampton injury is. I'm assuming it's more precautionary. Ankle. Yeah, so I mean, ankle could be a lot of things, right? And I mean, Herbert, they absolutely need to rest him. Like, I'm not saying that they're like selling out because of that, right? Like, he needs to rest. Like, he has to be available for them in the playoffs, right? But we got Aaron Sandy at the 101. We have Nice and Blunt at the 102. I got the 106. All over here, the Who crew up front, and I'm at the rear. Yeah, I totally get it. It's a little different. I don't. Last year I had some teams I really wasn't in on the playoff Bestball stuff, and I was right on a lot of those. This year, the teams I'm not in on, I'm a lot more worried than I was with the ones for last year, right? Like last year, I definitely hold on. Do we want to do this? Yeah, let's just do this. Let's just get one of these in here. We'll do the one Dak Prescott double stack. They would love to win the game and face Denver with no bye week. But yeah. Yeah, no, they would obviously like to win the game. I don't think that I think Denver's better than everybody thinks. Of course. Naked Dak Prescott. Good luck. Good luck, Antonia. Antonio A89. Good, like that's all I'm gonna say is good luck. I hope it works. I would not be doing that. Like, I'm not upset that you done it, but I would not be doing that. I don't think that there's a very good chance for that to win unless Jaden Blue and Jake Ferguson catch 4 touchdowns, right? But draft your own teams. It's all good, man. But yeah, I like my leans this year for the playoff best ball, the limited amount I'm going to do, because I'm probably going. I'm halfway done with the 20 max $3 one on DraftKings. I don't know if I'll get through it. I haven't even looked at it today. I still have several to do. I think 11 of them to do. My leans are that the Packers suck and that the Broncos and Bears are underrated. Yes, the Broncos keep losing or winning close games. But like they're doing, like, I keep saying that they remind me of the Chiefs for the last couple of years, and they absolutely do. Like, I just don't think that like I think that defense is good enough and they do just enough to win it into games that they're going to win a bunch of games consistently. They already have learned how to win close games. So yeah, I mean it could. Cuz I mean naked, like Dak could run into rushing scores. It's very unlikely. But like he could run in score. He could throw one to Jaden Blue. Jaden Blue's a receiving back. If you take the that route, that makes sense as well, right? Josh Allen is listed as in right now. I'm not going to have very much of him. I think he's clear for Sunday. Now, does that mean he plays? I don't know. Like with this team being blown up by doing the double stack and getting Dak Prescott taken, like I basically need a naked quarterback to get there, right? Probably. The most likely scenario is that. So like I'm gonna just take him. Call that good. This will be a Breece Hall team, assuming he is still there. We'll take Breece Hall, and the tight end we will take. We'll take Juwan Johnson. So like, yeah, no, that's why I took Josh Allen. I might have taken Drake May as well, but I basically took it because I did the double stack thing. Dak got taken before ADP here, completely unstacked. Now, he might get those 2 rushing scores. Like in the past, he did used to run a little bit. But I basically, that's why I wanted Allen for this specific scenario. Like what's going to be the double? Like if Lamb Pickens is what you need, how likely is it that you don't need Prescott, right? And if you don't need Prescott, what are the scenarios to get you there? And it's mostly like a Jackson Dart, a Josh Allen. Yeah, like that's what it is. So the team is, we have Josh Allen, RJ Harvey, Breece Hall bring back on the Josh Allen. Both Cowboys both Cowboys wide receivers, and then Juwan Johnson. Nice and blunt from the 2-hole. Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, Luther Burden with the Amon-Ra bring back, and Chase Brown, Trey McBride. I actually love this team. I really like that team. I'm very big on Colston Loveland this week, but like Swift, Caleb Burden is awesome. Because I mean, it's not like guaranteed that he gets there, and I don't want McBride plus Loveland, and it's pretty hard to argue that McBride's running or tight end 1 any week. And then Aaron Sandy from the 1-hole, we have Jackson Dart naked, which I'm going to have a little bit of Jackson Dart this week. Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Nico Collins, JMO, and Loveland. I like it. I like all 3 of our teams. We are getting ready to go back to the Wildcat. We're going to do another Wildcat, and we're going to enter in 10. Yeah, I think the Bears Lions game is a game that both teams really want to win. The Bears definitely want to win to keep the 2 seed, and the Lions want to just, they want to be the Lions. They want to be annoying. They want to screw things up. They want to be Dan Campbell, right? Like Dan Campbell wants to enter the room, kick the bar door open, and just let everybody know that he's still here, right? Hey guys, I made it. You guys ready? Because I'm ready. So like I think that and the Bears secondary hasn't been good. So yeah. What happened in their? I didn't even look at what happened in their first game. Let me look. Week 2, Bears Lions. Oh wow, yeah, that was and that was a JMO game if I remember right. Let me. Oh no, that was the Amon-Ra 3 touchdown game. That's right. But yeah, I think that game and the Atlanta game, I think, are the 2 that I really want to be in. And if you're here, Mr. Trucktober, let me know. And welcome to the channel. I haven't seen you, or I don't remember seeing you here before, Bargain Man 5384. Thanks for popping in. Hope you enjoy the content. So we got the 102. Nice and Blunt got the 104. Aaron Sandy got the 106. Mr. Trucktober was in the last one. Maybe they're here. And Buster Boys is in half of the drafts in an Underdog every year, every week. We got Amon-Ra. After the Amon-Ra nugget, Aaron Sandy pulls Amon-Ra up to the 107. I like Amon-Ra quite a bit this week as well, but I do actually prefer. I will absolutely take this unique pairing. I don't think we're going to get a chance to get this again, right? So we're going to take that. I was hoping to get. We're just going to pull up Colston Loveland here. I really want Loveland in that. Like Loveland is my favorite piece of that game if I don't get Trey McBride. Because I just don't, I don't want the double tight end. But we get the James Cook fall, and then we abuse it by pulling Colston Loveland up the board to get the game stack that I want. Like I don't mind that. I don't want a lot of George Pickens because it kind of sounds like I will read off a quote from Brian Shot or from Clayton Adams, the offensive coordinator for this week. I think you can definitely see that Joe Milton has moved on to kind of the next iteration of understanding how to be an NFL quarterback. Things were probably cloudy for him during training camp and OTAs. I think they're very clear to him now. And there was Brian Schottenheimer. I'll be able to speak eventually. I plan on finishing strong and having Dak Prescott play this week. On whether there'll be an opportunity for Joe Milton to play, we'll look at that. We'll see how the game goes. Right now, the plan is to play Dak. So that doesn't mean that means most likely. So Aaron Sandy gets exactly what I wanted last time, all the way over here with Amon Ra. That is fun. Like that's a fun team. Dak Prescott double stack with Amon. And I do think that 3 wide receiver up top could be a good bet this week as well. With the uncertainty of who's going to play and all that, I think that if you want to do the double stack like that, I think it does make a little bit of sense. We're going to go ahead and take, we're just going to build out that whole game as well. I would absolutely do the Tracy bring back. If my whole point, so my entire thought of doing the Dak Prescott double stack was for the Tracy bring back. I would either do I would definitely do that. Assuming nobody falls that's like a major value, and I think that it's just the best play right now, honestly. Also, Justin Jefferson is 50 or 38 yards short of 1,000 for the year, but like Max Brosmer probably starting, so it's hard to trust that. I don't want Jerry Jeudy against that team. Travis Kelce in the final game could be fun. Kayshon Boutte is in. That's interesting. Yeah, that's what I spent the entire beginning talking about, is how I kind of like they don't really have a reason. I think I just want to take Jacoby here. Yeah, we're just going to take Jacoby Myers. So we got Jared Goff, double stack, Jahmyr Gibbs, JMO, Loveland bring back. We got the James Cook massive fall to pair with Gibbs. So then we just take the highest ADP left at the end of the draft with Jacoby Myers. I like this team a lot. Nice and blunt here. Puka, Chase Brown, Burden, Harvey, Stafford, and Terrence Ferguson. He's got the double stack there. No McBride, no bring back, but that absolutely could play. And then Aaron Sandy did the thing, the double stack with Amon Ra. Like that feels really good. Getting that big fall on Pickens. Travis Kelce, final game narrative, and then Tyron Tracy bring back on the Dak Prescott double stack. I like all 3 of the teams. I like back to the Puka conversation for coolers real quick. What I said is if the Seahawks win on Saturday night, I'm going to instantly move Puka up to the 103. I'm drafting him at the 105 now, though. So I have it Bijan, Gibbs, probably McBride, and then Cook, but I think it's pretty floppable there, and then Puka. Because I do think Puka moves up to the 3 for sure. If the Seahawks win, I think Puka, like, they're going to want to keep the 5 seed to play the Bucks or the Panthers. So I like still taking him at the 105, assuming he's there. But most people are taking him at the 102, 103, so there's no real reason to worry about it. I'm going to join Wildcat. 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm just doing some. Yeah, and like the first half of Puka against them last time was what, 80 yards and a touchdown or something. That was that insane back and forth game that cost me $8,000. Because I was number 1 in the Wildcat at halftime of the second set of games that week, and the Rams just let Michael Wilson, and like the Rams and Cardinals, Michael Wilson and Puka scored 3 touchdowns on like a 210 yards or something in the second half of that game. And I went from first by 8 points. Like I was first by 8 points ahead of anybody who had players left. And I finished 93rd or something like that. It was a rough 2 hours. Like it was like I was very clearly like in position to, even if things went bad, I should have been top 10. But things went horrific and I went to 93rd. I mean, that's the game we play. But yeah, we like I really do love the matchup against the Cardinals defense. Like the Cardinals defense is horrendous, right? Like we all know that. But the McVay in the past has rested starters, and he will rest them from the beginning of the game as well. I think. All right. If Seattle loses, I think that you may get a quarter at most. Like the patented Andy Reid, go out there, send Mahomes and the offense out for one drive, and call it good kind of thing. All right, we got the 101. Nice and Blunt's got the 104. Jets drop bombs. If you're here, thanks for popping in. You got the 106. After this one, if you want, type in the chat. Do you want to do a double up? Do you want to do another Wildcat? It's up to you guys. I'll do whichever. I'm definitely starting to get some volume in for the best, like for the weeklies though. I do plan on waiting till tomorrow night to doing my Engage 8s. And my victory formation and stuff. My closest call was during the Seahawks Commanders game and was first place with Lamar, Torrey Horton, AJ Barner combo, Cody White. Oh, that sucks. I mean, getting up there is nice. It's very nice. Like, Cooler's here. Like, he's had a really good season. I've done okay. I've had, like, I was like, I got 6th 1 week in the Wildcat. I finished first in the 1 week on Engage 8. I finished top 5 in 2 other contests this year, and I was well ahead in first place in the Wildcat that one week, and had the nut low run out. So like overall, I've won for the year on the weekly games, but I mean, I got destroyed in best ball, so like, uh, I'm still under a little bit for the year. So like, but it's all entertainment for me. I enjoy doing it, and I don't think I'm bad at it. I do think that I had a lot of bad luck this year with injuries in the best ball world. I'm not gonna blame it. I'm just gonna say I understand that, and it's not gonna deter me from like doing zero best ball or anything. I'm gonna put my head down and act like it didn't happen. Basically, yeah, it is very tough to win. Right, like so the 2 weeks that I won decent amount of money, both times I was very very heavy Trey McBride, and at the end of in the second set of windows, what I needed was for Trey McBride not to ruin the slate. Uh, so yeah, we'll try this. Let's see if somebody takes unstacked Dak this time on me. I mean, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna like if that comes back to me, I'm going to try. Uh, I don't assume I'm going to get Dak back, but I have to give it a whirl, right? With Lamb's ADP being what it was, uh, yeah, I think that that's the right move. And this also, like, if Dak does get taken, it leads me into uh the Jackson Dart naked bring back, right? Um, which is also fine. I think that that would be a way that like that was probably looking back on the other team where I took Josh Allen. The naked dart was probably the right bring back to the Lamb Pickens. Honestly, um, so so hopefully, like I don't necessarily love the double stack stuff generally. I just I don't know. I'm getting this feeling that things might get wild in that Giants game. Um, just getting a feeling that it may get a little nutty. All right, so we either get Dak here or we get Jackson Dart. Not I mean, I'm always considered or concerned on the Giants offense. I'm never like it is Alave out, I assume. Okay, yeah. Um, definitely want to get. So Tyrone Tracy goes there, which kind of sucks. Let's look at the running backs. And Jawan Johnson's gone also. I really wanted Tracy there. Uh, so we're gonna take Dak, and I think we're gonna take Hunter Henry. And this may be like I'm very very in on Brees Hall. I may just take him here. Um, I I do think Dylan Sampson is a fine place. Like Cleveland's actually projected for 18 and a half points. Um, I'm gonna have a really hard time on Barkley. I don't want any Kyron Williams until we know for sure. Um, Tony Pollard versus the Jags, like their run defense has been very, very good. Houston's projected for 24.3 points, and their running back is 35.9 ADP. That feels like where I want to be. So I don't want to do the double Atlanta thing. So we're going to take JMO if he falls all the way back. And if he doesn't, I think we'll take Woody Marks or Breece Hall. I think this would be a smart place to take Woody. Woody Marks should definitely, like, he got 20 touches, right? In that game. He didn't get a touchdown or whatever, but like the defense they're playing this week, not very good. And the number one receiver or the number one running back for a team projected for 24 plus points being a 35.9 ADP feels kind of weird. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take JMO here. So the team, we have Dak Prescott, double stack, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. We have JMO, and then solo running back Bijan, Hunter Henry. I don't mind it. I do need to mix these three in, though. Those are the three of the ones down here that I like the most at the moment. Aaron Jones is out, so Jordan Mason is actually a pretty solid bet. We just seen Derrick Henry run for wait a minute. Okay, so Jordan Love is out. That is wild that Green Bay is projected for 14 points and Minnesota 23.5. JJ McCarthy is in. So that's actually pretty bullish for Justin Jefferson as well. We'll look at the other teams real quick. We got Nice and Blunt here at the 4-hole. Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Loveland, Caleb, and Burton Swift. Like, that is way too, like, that's way too much out of one game, man. Like, I mean, I guess if it's 45-40, that could hit. But it has to be like the only game that shoots out for all of those pieces to hit that big. I mean, that's fun. That is absolutely fun. This is something I would absolutely do in like the Deposit Kingdom double up. I think that would be perfectly fine. I don't know how I like it for the Wildcat myself. Like I don't even generally like double stacks myself that much. So having 4 people from the Bears is pretty wild to me. It could hit though. Yeah, like if that game, like the fun thing about that team though is and by the way, I'm going to join the Wildcat in 10 seconds. The fun thing about that team is if we're watching football on Sunday and I'm sitting here by myself talking to my Discord and I see that game is 35-42 with 3 minutes left, I'm going to think about that team. I'm going to be like, I wonder how that team is doing. You know, like, and it's not even my team. So like, if I drafted that team, it would absolutely be in the back of my head to be like, I know I drafted a 6 Bears Lions team. But yeah, we got Aaron Sandy at the 102. I got the 104. Malik and Javonte out means Blue Truthers. Yeah. We went through that a little bit ago as well because I seen Jaden Blue drafted, so I looked into the backfield. Nice and Blunt there was already aware. I wasn't, but that guy took round 5 Jaden Blue and round 6 Jordan Mason, and I think Jordan Mason's probably a pretty decent bet this week as well. I think Bijan's the clear 101, and I have Puka or Jahmyr Gibbs the 102 right now. I do think if we get Rams playing for the 5 seed, I think I may actually move Puka up to the 102 actually, instead of like I'll start him at the 105 and I'll move him all the way to the 102 then. The reason why is because I don't love the wide receiver slate overall here this week. So like I definitely want to not be underweight if they're going to be playing for something for sure. Yeah, okay. So Coolers agrees. So yeah, that's why I'm going to take him at the 105 for now. And I'll just draft him super aggressive if we get that news. And yeah, Bijan's the clear 101. So whenever I did my very first draft on Monday, when the playbook opened up, Bijan, I got Bijan at the 106, I believe, or something. I can't remember exactly where I got him, but I got him pretty late. Like I was in the middle of the board. And I'm like, Bijan looks like the clear 101 to me, and everybody was auto drafting, so I got a bit of a fall. We're gonna go ahead and take Nico here. But yeah, my plan is to do like 15 to 20 of these tonight, do another 15 to 20 in the morning, and then do a lot of them after the games tomorrow night and Sunday morning. Yeah, the McBride 102, I do think that there is an argument for that as well. I'm not there this week, and I've been a huge McBride bull the last few weeks. I do think he's like the clear 104. Like he's definitely 105. Like I think worst case he's 105, and best case he's 102. So we don't end up getting Chase Brown. That's a player I'm hoping to land a little more of. I think we just take the Drake May, right? And a game that matters for them, we're just going to take the Drake May. We're going to take... Then we're going to take old Diggs, and then we're going to scroll for 2 running backs on this team. This will be the Bijan fails scenario. What's up, Pepper Tony? How we doing? I seen your nemesis on the Legendary Upside broadcast a little bit ago. I'm assuming you were watching Leg Up. The little Dalmatian winner was there. They had the winner circle thing. I don't think they've ever done that before, but I seen old Pepper Tony's name pop up on there, and I'm like, I bet Pepper Tony's like making diabolical plans right now. He's scheming. He's out there scheming, trying to figure out how to get back at what the guy's name was. Something weird. Oh, you wasn't watching? Okay. Yeah, well, they were doing the playoff Bestball stuff. I was just listening while I was doing other things, seeing if I could find news, right? Like just looking for news. Okay, we're going to we're going to take Tyrone Tracy first. Yeah. I wasn't watching. I'm on to next year and so on. Yeah, Exactly. Coolers gets it. We got a. I think I want. Travion at 31.1. I'm gonna have to take some of him. For sure. This Woody Marks ADP is pretty wild though. All right, we got Drake May. Running backs: Tyrone Tracy, Jordan Mason. Wide receivers: Nico, Steph Diggs, and Trey McBride. We're gonna do a couple more of these. Actually, we're gonna change. Oh, I forgot to go over Aaron Sandy's team. Aaron Sandy's team: Jameer Gibbs, ETN, T. Law, Parker Washington, Brenton Strange. Got the triple. You got the whole. He's doing the same thing. He got the squad together. And then Jettas. I like it. All right, we're going to do something a little different this time. We are going to do where's the PTP. We're going to do a prime time palooza. This will be my first one. I haven't even looked at the ADPs yet. We're going to do a prime time palooza, and I'm going to enter in 10 seconds. I want to get a few of these. I'll probably do like 4 of these, something like that. Nothing crazy. Just a little something. I was really hoping they had a hurry up for this. I don't want to do like 20 or 30 of these into a 150 max, but if they had a hurry up, I would have already been very heavily into this. I would have loved to max a hurry up for this contest. All right, so quick overview. Quarterbacks: Purdy, Mayfield, Darnold, Bryce Young. Running backs: CMC, Bucky, K. Walker, Sharbs, Rico. So 2 Seattle running backs go before Rico and Chuba. Sean Tucker is probably decent value since he's getting all the goal line touches. I do not like Sean Tucker. I don't think he's actually that good at football. But like the Bucs think he's good at football and give him the goal line touches. He's probably a very, very good bet against the Carolina run defense this week. I won't mind waiting on that. And then at wide receiver, JSN, Evans, McMillan, Juwan Jennings, Godwin, Pearsall, and there's a massive drop off at George Kittle. He's fine. Like, I'm not gonna say he's good. Like, he's basically like, oh no, like people were very, very like bullish on him in my eyes. Maybe I'm overestimating how bullish people were on him. I view that situation like, I think it's very comparable to like, he's basically Zach Charbonnet, right? Kind of like he's like a slightly worse version of Charbonnet. Like the way he plays, his play style, all that stuff, exactly like Sharbs. We're gonna go full in on the Tampa Bay game on this one. That's what we're gonna do. I will have zero problem having 0 Bucky in this contest. Since I'm only going to do a couple of them, I'm going to make a stand, and that stand's going to be that it's Sean Tucker over Sean Tucker's ADP over Bucky's ADP is the better pick. And like, that's not to slight Zach Charbonnet either. Like, I like Charbonnet. I think Rachaad White is really good at what he does. It's just having the 3 backs that makes it a pain for fantasy. But like, I get it. Tucker is actually pretty good. Like I can't really argue that too hard. Whoops. Might have hit the wrong button there. I mean, I will absolutely. Like, I'm gonna say I would absolutely take Kenneth Walker. We're gonna take. Definitely want Barner here, and definitely want Sean Tucker. I think. No, that's too early. Yeah, we'll go with Baker. I kind of think that, to be honest, I probably think that Bryce Young may be a better pick than Baker there. I probably should have went Sam Darnold. Actually, I probably should have went AJ Barner, Sam Darnold is what I should have done. I did make a mistake there. It should have been AJ Barner or Sam Darnold. And then I don't cannibalize myself with the Sean Tucker pick if I get him. All right. Well, I got the Peppertoni stamp of approval, so that's all I need. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, for this, I completely. Well, you're missing the fact that he was such a late So Bucky it's kind of wild that it's Bucky Irving and Rachaad White were both prospects that when I watched them, I was 100% out. Like, I had zero interest in them as prospects. Like, I thought they were just bad, like, all around. But everyone was talking up Bucky Irving last year. And I get it. Like, he definitely had the contingent role, and Rachaad White was solid but not elite, right? So, like, I totally get it. And, like, a lot of people hated Rachaad White. And it was, like, basically the Javonte Williams thing. But it was Rachaad White and Bucky Irving last year. Think we just... Yeah, we just do that. So we got we have Baker, Sean Tucker, Mike Evans, and then Tet, Shaheed, Barner. That's what we got. We're going back to Wildcats. I feel more at home with those. We're going to enter in 10 seconds. Yeah, but like Bucky Irving as a prospect, I didn't think he was great. He's been a lot better than I was expecting. Like, he's more explosive in the hole than I thought he was going to be. And like Rachaad White was a way better pass blocker than I thought he was going to be. So like, and that's what those two guys do. Neither one of them are super fast. They're like not great, like breakaway runners or anything. Like, Bucky's real explosive and he has big runs, but he doesn't ever really cash in like the 30 plus yard runs, right? Like he gets caught a lot of those times, but that's fine, right? Like, I was overestimating how much the long speed mattered on Bucky Irving. And I think it's just because like he was a late round rookie that hit for a lot the year before, and everybody liked him so much. And one of my biggest takeaways for Bestball for next year is every single second year player that moves up more than 2 rounds, I'm probably going to semi-fade. So like Hampton, if he moves up a full round, whatever, it's deserved. It's fine. That's a great offense. They weren't even fully healthy on the offensive line, right? That's fine. But like Luther Burden, if Luther Burden moves up to the 4th round and goes up around like Jamison Williams and stuff next year, which is kind of where I think he's going to go, I'm not going to full fade him, but I'll be at like 4%. I think that basically, and I'm going to make a chart of all the second year rookies from that last year and how badly they didn't pay off their new ADP. Like Ladd McConkey was one of them. Brian Thomas Jr. was one of them. Who else? Like most of them that went up multiple rounds failed. The ones who stayed, like Brock Bowers as well. We got the 101. We have DC here at the 103. If you're listening, thank you for popping in. Yeah, Ladd. Yeah. Howdy. Just me ripping on things for no reason and then backing off of it. Like, I was like, Sean Tucker sucks. And then I was like, well, I mean, Sean Tucker sucks based on where people put him and where, like, I think he's good. He's just not as good as like when I hear people talk about him, how good they talk about him. Like, so like, I agree he's fine. And I made the comparison that he's like a slightly worse Zach Charbonnet. Like he's not exactly Charbonnet, but he's pretty close to Charbonnet. And that's not a bad place to be. But yeah, like the Bucky Irving stuff, like he moved, like he was another one, moved all the way up from the end of the draft, right? But I'm going to make like a comprehensive list of all the second year players and how much they moved up. And like, other than quarterbacks, the quarterbacks that moved up, they all kind of succeeded. I do like Michael Wilson a lot this week, and I haven't got to much of him. So we will go ahead and just force that in. But I'll do that here over the next couple days, because next week I'm going to struggle for things to do. That's one of the things I'm going to do. I might actually break it down into the previous year as well and go like 2 years deep of all the second year players, what their ADP was year one and what it was year two, if I could find the information. And it'll be closing ADP, like on the last week ADP, because I don't have it tracked for the whole summer, right? So, and then just look at that and like look at how like the people who overpaid off and then they move way up, almost all of them failed this past year. I'm trying to think of any of the second year players that wasn't like Drake May. And the quarterbacks, like Drake May only went where he did his rookie year because he wasn't going to start until the end of the year. But like Colson Loveland next year, probably going to be like a 7th round pick, 6th, or maybe like a 5th, maybe like a probably a 6th actually, probably like a 6th round pick. All right, so we have Bijan, we have Chase Brown, we have Michael Wilson. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Cortland Sutton and I haven't taken Britton Strange yet. We'll take Britton Strange here. We're just going to have like no correlation, just decent picks, and we're just going to tie that in with assuming nobody takes him, Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart has been moving up the board, though. So, I mean, I guess if that happened, we could just take a Bo Nix and be fine with it as well. Let's change the music. Let's get some ducks. But yeah, like... And nobody's really mentioning anybody who second year player, like Tyrone Tracy, right? Like he moved up, but he didn't move, like he moved up from like a $1 auction pick to like a $2 or $3 auction pick, right? Like, cause he was still going in around 10. So like, yes, that is moving up, but that's not like moving up from like where Lad was going to where Lad's going now, right? Like he moved up from like a $4 auction, like a $4, $5, $6 auction pick, up to like an $18 auction pick. That is a massive difference. So the team we drafted: Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton, and then Bijan Robinson, Chase Brown, Michael Wilson, and Britton Strange. I don't mind it. I don't see anybody else in here. We're going to keep going. We're going to draft more Wildcats. I'm in a good mood. We're going to keep drafting. Yeah, and we're going to join in 10 seconds. Yeah, so like that's the other thing. Like Hendo and Hampton, right? Like Hampton was already... Oh, are you DC? That's my bad. That's my bad, man. Yeah, you're DC, right? Let me... All right. We got DC's team as well. He got Puka, Amon-Ra, JT, Dak. I believe this is him. Hunter Henry. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably just wrong. Oh, no, I'm not. All right. He's got the 101. I got the 105. Welcome, Schuster. The Who crew is alive. And Schuster is here again. Got it. Yeah, so like Hendo moved, like, because he closed at the 3-4 turn. So moving up, like if he moves to the 2-3 turn, it's a move, but it's not like, it's not the same as Lad moving from the mid-6th or BTJ moving from the mid-6th to the middle of the 2nd, right? Like moving from the 3rd to the, like, the back end of the 3rd, or basically the very beginning of the 4th, the 3-4 turn to the 2-3 turn. Like that's a big move, but it's not like an insane move. I don't know if you guys are really following that, but that like Hampton will move up as well, right? But he's probably going to move to the middle of the 2nd from the early 3rd. And although that is a decent size move, it doesn't really worry me as much. Like I'm not going to consider that like a major move. Yeah, basically. Right. Well, it's not like, yeah, basically like, because Hampton, right, Hendo and Hampton probably top 20 players. And I'll have a harder time getting to Hendo than Hampton because of previous draft capital and like the situation and all that. I'm going to start this here in like a week. I'm going to start looking at the draft class pretty deep. I have no import. I trash. Ha ha ha. I'm a donor. What's up? You I mean, you got a dinger to the finals. It's more than I did. I got waxed in the dinger. I also did 13 teams. I don't know if this community is interested in the dinger stuff. I'm going to do like 50 dingers though this year. If people want me to stream it, I will. I don't plan to. But I do plan on doing like 50 of them this year. And I'll be taking votes in the chat to see if people want to listen to it or not. Draft the big dumper. What is the big dumper? So apparently the Who crew is a bunch of Degens. Who would have thought? Yeah, I don't know much about it either. Bestball Q. All right, so I'm not really into JT this week. I'm just gonna pull Caleb Williams up here. We're just gonna pull him up. Call it good. He plays for the Miners. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I had a bunch of him last year at my 13. You'll be drafting dingers. I just don't. Well, like, same here. Yeah, I'm going to like look up some rankings or find something somewhere and actually research injuries and stuff, right? A little bit. I have a buddy who doesn't know anything about Bestball, but he's very, very deep into baseball stuff that I work with. And I was asking him if he wanted to draft some of these teams with me. I was like, we could do it on my account, basically. So, like, I don't know if he would want to stream it, but most of my dingers are probably going to be tied to him. Just something fun to do. But I was wanting to get about 50 of them in. We're going to take, I think, Dylan Sampson on this team. We're going to go with T. Higgins and Dylan Sampson to close this out, I think. Or just... we're going to take Woody Marks. I've been talking Woody Marks up. We're just going to do the Woody Marks thing here. We got Caleb Williams to Loveland, Amon-Ra Bringback, James Cook, Woody Marks, and T. Higgs. That's the first time I've drafted T. Higgs. We got Schuster. Hopefully you weren't wanting to do the double stack. I wasn't paying attention to what you were doing, honestly. You got Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow with CeeDee Lamb. You got Harvey, you got Kyron, and Kyle Pitts. And in the one hole here, Bijan, Chase Brown. I feel like that's going to be a common pairing, but I do kind of really like that pairing. Juwan Johnson, Dart, Slayton, and JMO. Yeah, it all makes sense. Like the Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra, Caleb Williams, Loveland, Burden stuff all feels really fun to me. All right, another Wildcat. We're hammering them today. We're going to join in 10 seconds. I don't know. I kind of think that they're going to chip him every play like the Steelers did, but I don't think it's going to matter. Underdog has the line set at 1.5, 1.5 sacks. So they think he's going to get at least one. I don't know that I can respect the sack record that happened in a 17th game, though. Like, I'm an asterisk guy. Is it impressive? It's absolutely impressive. But it's definitely an asterisk situation. I believe he needs one full sack to break it. Where is 22? Yeah. So 22 and a half is the record. So he's got 22 currently. So he needs a half a sack to tie and a full sack to break. I don't recognize any records that didn't occur in 14 game seasons. I think all records should be in a flow chart, and it should be stat per game. like whatever the per game stats was. Like that's what they just need to do. Like instead of doing asterisks, just make it a per stat, like per game basis. And it would make it harder for the current people to do it because like it's easier to have an insane thing over a shorter span, right? But it is still a more fair system to do it by a per game statistic for a single season, you know. We got the 105. Schuster's back at the back end here at the 106. Doc holding it up front. Once again, he almost got the 1. He got the 2 this time. Yeah. Yeah, and like anything after the forward pass invented was absolute baloney. Absolutely. I'm with Peppertoni here. They need to go back to the leather face mask. Get rid of the helmets. We don't need helmets. None. Not at all. Just probably maybe give him some clubs or something too. I don't know. Like one of the craziest stat lines of Lifetime was when Dan Marino threw. Yeah, because like nobody else was doing 4K was insane back then. Probably, right? Because less people would be jumping head first at people. I mean, I will reach out to Updog during the baseball season. I'm sure he'll be ecstatic to jump on. Updog is awesome. He finished second or third last year. He finished pretty high last year in the Dinger. What's up, longest shoreman? Need 77 yards from Lamb and 67 passing yards from Ward for 5K for your season long. Ooh, are you gonna hedge it? That's a fun little sweat. 77 yards from Lamb and 67 yards from Ward. I would probably hedge the 77 yards from Lamb somehow and hope to God Cam Ward gets 67, right? I don't know. Like, that's how I would do it. 5th. He got 5th. He was in first going into like the last weekend or something and had a bad run out, I believe is what happened. I'm sure I could ask him. He would relive it if he wants. Yeah, and I probably wouldn't like full hedge it. Like, let's say it was $100 entry. I would probably hedge to like 5 times my original entry. Something like that. I think that's kind of how I hedge anymore is I semi-hedge things. Like, I still kind of go in on what I believed. Yeah, we haven't taken Jamar Chase yet, so we're going to take Loveland and JMO if Schuster doesn't. If Schuster takes him, it's perfectly fine. We will pivot off onto something else. Oh, that looks like what happened to me in my flock finals. I had a flock finals that finished with 78 points in the finals, I think it was, and I wasn't in last. I couldn't even accomplish last with that. Feels bad. I couldn't even do bad right. Maybe I teared up at the end. Let me find the team. Oh, I guess it must have teared up a lot at the end. Artillery Frost got first in the Flock 5. That's awesome. I had a Flock team that had over 2,200 points and lost in the 1v. Nice. I advanced one flock team last year out of the regular season and 2 this year. I have 100% success rate with those 3 teams getting to the finals. Last year I got 9th in the pod. I was fading everything from that Monday night game. I was in second, or I think I was in second going into that, and I knew I was going to get passed by something. But like I got passed by pretty much everything. I mean, we're going to take Caleb again. And we'll go ahead and take. We haven't taken Travion yet. We'll take Travion if he makes it back. Also, haven't taken Swift, who's probably a pretty decent pick. I actually kind of like the running backs a little more than the wide receivers. Make the finals and your team says, nah, we're good. Hey, hope you enjoyed your trip here, because we're done. We are done for the season. You can call us the New York Jets at the trade deadline. All right. This is my lowest projected team. Congratulations to me. We got Caleb Williams, James Cook, Travion, Jamar, who I really don't like this week, JMO, and Colston Loveland for the stack. I wanted to make sure to get a hold on. Oh, this felt like a sneeze was coming, and then it definitely wasn't coming. But we got the Caleb, I definitely want the Caleb Williams, Loveland, JMO thing with Chase somewhere. So we got that, and we got it with James Cook, who I really like. I like the shell this week of James Cook, Loveland, JMO, and either Caleb Williams or Jared Goff. So Schuster from the 6 hole, ETN and RJ Harvey, Drake May, Steph Diggs, Drake London, Michael Mayer. Yeah, that's a fun team. I love Diggs May. I haven't taken Drake London yet. I'm not out on him, but I just haven't got to him yet. What's up, TC Cage? How we doing? Are you do you happen to be in the draft? If you are, let me know. And then best ball on cue here in the 2 hole. Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra for the double stack. No quarterback. Just takes naked Dak instead. Michael Wilson, Juwan Johnson, Ashley Genty. I mean, it's not really a double stack. I don't know about the naked Dak there. I would not be doing naked Dak this week. I know I've seen a lot of people doing it, especially when Josh Allen's still on the board at the end of the draft, which you don't know because you took him earlier. But I would rather have naked Tyler Shuck. I would rather I'm probably wrong here, right? I'm probably just wrong. But you did take the 2 early receivers. So they could just outpace those guys, right? Yeah, if essentially if Amon-Ra outpaces Pickens and Lamb, but Dak outscores, let's say Amon-Ra gets 2 touchdowns and 130 yards, right? And Lamb and Pickens both get 100 and touchdown. But Dak throws 4 touchdowns. You could get there, right? It's not a 0% chance thing. It just makes your bet thinner. But we are trying to turn $3 into 8,000. So I totally get it. All right, Wildcat, we're gonna join in 10 seconds. Just so you know, Cage. Wildcat in about 8. Give a little bit extra time. And this might be my last one. I've been live about an hour, or about I've been live an hour 45 minutes now. I'm still going pretty strong. I feel pretty good. I'm having a good time. We got Nice and Blunt back in here. I got the 104. Nice and Blunt's got the 103. Stephen WC at the 106. Tyler, I thought that was you. Tyler at the 102. Popel. Shocker, the guy named Purple Fan has a purple background. I know you guys are excited to see that. I know I am. I know I'm excited to see it. You missed the Purple Pain has the purple background to bring the pain to the room. Look at that. He is playing mind games from the start. Look at this guy, Purple Pain here, just mind gaming the rest of us. I don't know if I'm going to be able to draft with this kind of pressure. You guys might have to help me out. Did 150 early playoff NFL. I have 75% Lamar and Ravens. Oh, hey, I see that. You got the 106, sir. Good luck. For the sake of privacy, let's call him Tyler C. No, that's too T Cage. Yeah. There's too many Tylers. Like, we could just call him just flat Tyler, right? Overflow. All right, so Tyler takes Gibbs. McBride goes. I haven't I do have James Cook above Puka. But I've taken James Cook in almost every draft, and he seems to fall a little bit. So, and whenever I'm not streaming, he'll probably fall even more. So I'll go ahead and take the Puka share here. I don't want 0 Puka if Seattle wins. If Seattle wins, I want a lot of Puka. But if Seattle loses, I don't want very much Puka. I mean, if we get Puka James Cook, I'm ecstatic. All right. We will do Puka James Cook. Absolutely. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, Gibbs Puka may become common. And that's the reason to rate him like I would take it, absolutely. Like, anytime Puka falls to the second round, like, if I could get Puka McBride, I'm going to slam that every single time. Like, absolutely every single time. And some people are being scared on Puka, but I do think that you should never let him pass the 6th spot. Like, because if Seattle does win, like, Puka is arguably the 102. So, like, getting a McBride Puka team would be the absolute nuts. And that's what I'm hoping for at some point, is to be able to land a McBride Puka team. Like, you get the bring back. In that scenario, I think you can go ahead and just draft Stafford. Right? So, like, they're still trying to get him the MVP. In that scenario, you're just hoping that Seattle wins. And you have a reason for the Rams to play everybody. And if they don't, you just lost a team. It's fine. Most of your teams are going to lose anyway, right? But I that's why I'm going to take some Puka. But I want it to be at the back half of the board currently. And then I'll just aggressively rank him at the 102. Like, I may be doing drafts during that game tomorrow. And if it looks like Seattle's going to win, I'll start aggressively playing Puka. I mean, you're going to take Amon-Ra because that's the right play. I think I'll just take Drake May here. Yeah, we're just going to take Drake May. And as you see, Stafford actually is getting drafted a little bit. So So yeah, we got Mr. Cook, Mr. Puka, Mr. May. That's a fun team though. Like you took McBride or you took Wilson early to get Amon Ra there to like get the same team that you would have got elsewhere. We're gonna go ahead and just. This will be the London team. I haven't done the London team yet. I do like London. Juwan Johnson already went by Stephen WC. That's a good pick. But this team, I mean, if Loveland makes it all the way back around, we'll take him. But I'm planning on going down the board. I may end up taking, I don't know, like, who do I want here? Definitely, probably be a DeAndre Swift team because I've been invested into the, like, assuming Nysa Blunt, like Nysa Blunt might take DeAndre Swift. He took him last time in this round, and he's got that game kind of built out a little bit. Although he's probably, it would make sense to take him with that setup and then to come back with Jacoby. But if he doesn't, I will take him because I'm going to have a lot of Colston Loveland, and I don't really want Swift with Loveland that often. And I do think that the Breece Hall James Cook thing could work. I know people try to avoid running backs from the same game, but like James Cook's thing is he breaks huge runs, right? He does that pretty often. And Breece Hall's thing is he does a lot of work in receiving game, or he can. He can be very explosive as well. I know he hasn't had a lot recently, but it's very hard to trust anything from Brady Cook. And then, I mean, we could just take JMO as well. But I mean, I guess actually Drake or Hunter Henry's the right call for me. And he's already got McBride, so he's not going to take Hunter Henry. And this guy has 2 picks. Maybe they don't want Swift. I've seen Swift go undrafted a couple times. So, yeah, this is the order of what I have, what I want. I mean, Gibbs Puka would be fantastic. Earlier you watched me get Bijan James Cook, right? I think it was. Or Gibbs James Cook. I can't remember what it was. But on this stream, I had a James Cook fell all the way to either the 112 or the 111. I think it was the 111. I think it was Gibbs Cook. And then I took Loveland, Caleb, I believe. All right, so I do get the DeAndre Swift. So we get Drake May stacked up with Hunter Henry. We get James Cook, DeAndre Swift, Puka, and Drake London. Stephen WC from the 6 hole. Trevor Lawrence stacked up with ETN. Tyrone Tracy is the other running back, who's a bring back to CeeDee Lamb. And then Luther Burden, and as a solo wide receiver, nothing in that game except for him. And Juwan Johnson, who, like, I personally like Loveland, the second best of the tight ends this week. But I'm McBride, and then Loveland, Juwan, and Henry all together. And then there's like a big group of like Brenton Strange, Kyle Pitts, Mayer, Kelsey, Ferguson, Chig. I actually like Chig this week against Jacksonville a little bit. I think a very low-owned dart that you could make would be Greg Dulcich as well. Like, he's starting to get a lot more usage. and it's been multiple. He's got 40 yards every week for 4 weeks in a row. And the Patriots do struggle against the pass a little bit. So I will definitely have some Dulcich opposite of Drake May or Steph Diggs or Travion or something. That is a very low owned. See, his ADP is 36. I will have shares of Greg Dulcich this week for sure. No, I don't. Nobody's really looking at it. Nobody respects the Dolphins, and for a good reason. Or nice and blunt. Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, he got the Brissett with Amon-Ra, Jonathan Taylor, and Tank Bigsby. He's assuming that Barkley plays maybe a single drive and is out. They have said already that they're going to rest the starters. They haven't officially said that Barkley isn't going to play. But last year they did rest Barkley and denied him the all-time rushing record. So it would be quite hilarious if they make him play in a meaningless game this year when nothing's on the line. And then Tyler here, Dak Prescott, George Pickens. No bring back, but I like that. Gibbs, Loveland, JMO. So you got the full game big game stack in the Chicago game, and then a little stack there with Dak and Pickens. I like that a lot. Travion, yeah, I do. Why do you like Cook? The thing is all right, let's go into it. All right, so this is why. I do think that they are going to play to win. So the last running backs to play against the Jets, not Travion Henderson, 82, 19 carries. Ramondre, 47. Saints, this was the Taysom Hill game, if I remember right, where Taysom Hill, like, he didn't do a lot. Like, this was the only game they kind of stopped anybody. The Jaguars, this was that gigantic game for Trevor Etienne. 5 for 50 for T-Law. Oh, he got it all there in the receiving game, but he still got there, right? Like, they aren't doing that. Like, all of the recent running backs have absolutely torched the Jets, and a lot of it has been in the air, if I remember right. So he didn't, but Achan 92. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean, they just struggle in general because they don't have talent because they traded everybody away, right? I am worried, but I'm a lot less worried about James Cook. So this is my thought. As long as the Bills, like, I don't think the Bills want to play the Patriots in round 1. I don't know why, but I get a feeling that they don't want to play the Patriots in round 1. And that they would rather play the Jaguars or Texans, which I think is the wrong decision. Like, I think that especially if it becomes the Texans, I think it's the wrong decision to try to tier up. And to not, like, because I think they just match up really bad against Texans. James Cook also sees like a smaller workload than most big backs or most top backs, right? So he's fresher. They don't really worry about spelling him that often because they do him like at the end of the season because they do it all the time. I am a little worried, but like we haven't seen them in the past really rest players to an insane degree, especially whenever they could move up in the standings. McVay generally doesn't care who he plays in the playoffs. He just, like, for the most part, like, if there's not like a clear best matchup, like he's set people and played against teams that people thought were bad matchups and been right, you know. Maybe I'm wrong thinking that the Bills don't do that, but I don't think the Bills have really ever really done that. So I'm not super worried about it. Could it bite me? Absolutely. But so could Puka. Like a lot of these picks could for a lot of people, right? Like ETN, like if they get way out ahead, they may pull him and end up using a lot more Tootin, right? So like they're, and as you see, like the top of this draft board is mostly people not from playoff teams. All right, so question. I went JMO there. Do you think that was no. Like I don't think it was wrong because like you're just betting on a game, right? You're betting on a game environment. You already have a stack. So like this is George Pickens gets 23. He gets 85 yards, 6 receptions, 2 touchdowns. Dak Prescott throws for 4, right? Very reasonable. And then JMO breaks a long, just a long one, a 90-yard, like he gets 90 yards and a touchdown, but Jahmyr Gibbs is RB1, right? So like, and if Jahmyr Gibbs is hitting as RB1 because he needs to, being the second overall pick, it's less likely that Goff is actually there, right? Above Dak Prescott if Gibbs is there. Now, I still think Goff is fine in that situation, but it does make it less likely that, like, it's a very arguable scenario that Dak Prescott outscores Jared Goff in that, right? Because he has to be running back 1 in this situation. Now, if Gibbs was like, if that was David Montgomery in the last round and JMO here, it's the same kind of thing, really. It would require Gibbs to get a passing touchdown or for Jameson Williams to have 2 touchdowns or a receiving touchdown, right? It would require him to have a receiving and JMO to have 2, or for him to have 2 receiving for Goff to be the right situation there, to be the must play. And even if that happens, it's possible that Dak Prescott and Jared Goff have the same amount of points because the stack doesn't matter. The points is what actually matters. The stack just gives you the better opportunity to get the points together, right? So I don't think it's wrong there at all. I think that it makes complete sense doing it that way. But anyway, that is it for me. I may pop on and stream some tomorrow afternoon, like before the games. I don't know. If I do, I'll just jump on at noon and stream up until the games start. May have a buddy coming over. Yeah, especially with the bring back, right? Yeah. So like you're fully in the game. But if my buddy ends up coming over, I won't stream. If he does come over, I will be on before the games. Anyway, have a great night. Peace, everybody. Have fun. Hopefully your teams win tomorrow. And good luck to the guy with the 5K sweat tomorrow or this weekend. The CD Lamb 77 yards and 64 passing yards. Let's all root for that guy. A 5K pick'em for the season-long stuff. There was CD Lamb 77 yards and Cam Ward 64 passing yards. Let's go. Peace.